straw bomber, Heinkel He-343. With the complex Ju-287 chosen to proceed as the Luftwaffe's new jet bomber, the RLM decided that a simpler design based on tried and trusted technology was needed as a failsafe. Having already rejected the Arado E-395, it turned to Heinkel and ordered it to design a new bomber based on a scaled-up AR-234 with the utmost urgency. When Heinkel was approached by the RLM in January 1944 and told to design a new jet bomber, the urgent nature of the job was made clear. The basic premise was straightforward and sounded rather familiar. Take the Arado AR-234 with its straight wings, clean fuselage, and brief but relatively successful test flight record and scale it up. The result would no doubt be a larger, more capable machine, designed and built in record time. Naturally, the RLM told Heinkel that Arado itself had already done much of the legwork on this front by designing the E-395 and would be happy to hand over all of the relevant project documents. Not that it would have any choice in the matter. Heinkel chief designer Siegfried Gunther went to collect the documents personally from Rüdiger Kausen at Arado's offices in Landeshut, Silesia, eastern Germany, on January 24, 1944. Just over a week later, on February 1st, a report was produced by Heinkel entitled Strabo 16, to which further emphasized the haste with which the bomber was to be rushed through to full production. Indeed, the tone is strongly reminiscent of that used during the Volksjager competition some 7 months later. The report begins, summary. The task is to create a 4-engine 2-seater jet bomber with good flight characteristics and minimal time spent on design and construction. To this end, the V-patterns of an existing single-seat, twin-engine aircraft of 10 tons is used as a model. It is to be a 1.55 times enlarged version. In particular, the wing is replicated with almost every detail. The fuselage, compared to the model, is changed insofar as it receives a 2-seat cockpit and a bomb bay. The fuselage cross-section with 1.8 m width is determined by the placement of the Fritz X and by the simplified landing gear system. The bomb loads are as far as possible moved backward to obtain a not too large change in the center of gravity. The undercarriage system, with simple pivot action, is similar to that of the model, but retracts not into the side but into the bottom of the fuselage. The track width of 2.7 m is above left. The simple design of the Heinkel He-343 was meant to speed up its development. Its origins as a scaled-up AR-234 are evident. Art by Daniel were 200 mm larger than that of the model. The aircraft has a starting load of 16.5 tons. For the Jumo engines, a single assembly under the wing was chosen for each. This individual arrangement increases operational reliability in case of failure of a single engine, compared to the twin arrangement, and interchangeability. In addition, the twin arrangement produces too much resistance and too great a change in the center of gravity. From the overall aircraft weight, 1,050 kilograms had been set aside for equipment such as defensive weapons, ammunition, armor, and a brake parachute. There was also the option of reducing the bomb load to free up more weight if the Strabo 16 needed to be fitted out for reconnaissance or as a heavy fighter. Top speed, assuming Jumo 004C engines with a predicted thrust of 1,015 kilograms each, was 534 miles per hour and range was 870 miles, carrying 1.5 tons of bombs. The report continues, this aircraft can with the greatest effort and as an industrial object, given the highest priority classification for material supply, quartering, personnel protection, and help, go into large-scale series production in January 1945, so that by the end of July 1945 about 200 aircraft have been delivered. Since neither material nor prototype testing can be carried out in time, we are conscious that this is a risk and that there is a possibility errors may occur in the first aircraft to be delivered. This must be taken into account. It seems Heinkel had been told that a special team was to be formed to design and produce The Strabo 16-2 away from existing facilities, with staff Heinkel employees being set up in hotels and given conference center-like facilities in which to get their work done away from all distractions. The second-to-last page of the Strabo 16-2 report is entitled Personnel for Quartering and lists the number of men needed for each part of the process, a total of 430 from Heinkel, 70 from subcontractor Rotan, and 130 from the RLM, making a total of 630. The final page of the report is entitled Strabo 16 to Erforderlich RLM, Entscheid, or Strabo 16 to Necessary RLM, Decisions. 9 points then follow, including the need for the Reichsminister Rüstung und Kriegsproduction, or Minister for Equipment and War Production, Hans Kerl, to classify the project as urgent, thereby giving it an overriding claim on materials and other resources, provision of rooms for Heinkel. Staff at 3 locations near Vienna, the School of Engineering and Modeling, the Napola, Nationalpolitische Lehranstalt or National Political School of Teaching, a boarding school, at Traiskirchen, and the Hotel Panhans at Simmering, and provision of a camp for laborers with food provided. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for my channel and share your friends.